Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is time for the BTS Europe Cup, the first one of its kind here. Don't be fooled by the screen here. I actually didn't receive a proper draft overlay, so it says BTS Americas, but I can assure you it's definitely not. It's definitely BTS Europe, and it is Cookiss going against, or Cookiss. Oh boy. And it's going to be going against Team Spirit here. This is KotLGuy. I'm going to be joined on this bright and early American morning by a good buddy here, local statsman, also cowcaster, and a great friend I would consider, MotPax. If I did this correct, you should be able to hear me, and we will hear you right now. Good morning. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Best intro ever.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We get to watch ourselves some Team Spirit, the former CIS rejects. These guys have been fighting, killing. I hear people talking about this win streak. I assume it's based on series because I know, unless there's a bunch of unticketed games, that might be it as well. But they have been dominating. As far as I can tell, I don't think they've ever actually lost a series since they've switched over to Team Spirit.
Really?
So that's pretty sick. Yeah, they dropped a couple matches, but sponsors must be happy when you see that coming out.
Well, they got to be facing their
now,
toughest test yet, right, MotPax? So you're looking at Cookiss here, who we all know.
It's about the intimidation.
Exactly. These guys are big and bad here. I'm excited here because we get the opportunity for some more unknown teams to have the opportunity to be a little bit in the spotlight, or at least just start making a name for yourself if you're looking to kind of take it to the next level. We already know a bit about Team Spirit, as you already mentioned, and of course they've been a part of some of the bigger name teams. First one that pops out is Always Want to Fly, being a part of Empire, obviously. And it's also Godblack Squad. So, well, we'll see how they're going to match up here. I'm already liking this from the new team, though, here, MotPax. Open up with a casual set of bands, of course, Wisp and Invoker, but a Lone Druid first pick, and then followed up with a Rubik. On the side of Spirit, they rid of Common Combination here. We get rid of Gyro, Tusk, and now AA, and they pick up the Doom and Chen, so already a lot could be said here. First pick Lone Druid, they obviously might have something in mind, or either they have a player who really loves the hero, and then for Spirit, I don't know if they got the memo, but people are not first picking Doom anymore there, MotPax, so fun start.
Yeah, I don't know. It's back and forth. Like I see some teams, and there were some American games last night where they actually, and South American teams who were first banning Doom, and Doom looked great. And I was like, oh, maybe the hero's not dead. But then you go to another league, and no one's touching him. And I know what you mean, though. It's just like some people love him, some people hate him. Cookies, I don't know how they want to say it. They do have a couple names that are like. Kezu was a very big Han player, and I remember there were some Reddit threads that popped up saying he had moved over to Dota, and so I was actually, I was doing my research, I was checking them out, and it looks like this is their first official versus a legit good team. Is how he just tweeted. So you guys check him out. It's Kezu_Han. By the way, new team. Go show him some love. You gotta support the guys.
How long before he cuts that last part of his name off, though, MotPax? You can't have that forever if you want to be that big in Dota.
I gotta say, I'm scared for the Godblack Chen. That's all I'll say. I'm scared.
I can't remember if there's a Lone Druid-esque hero in Han. I actually played the game, but I can't remember if they had a carbon copy of Lone Druid or not. But, maybe thinking that it's a special if it's a Han special or not. Do you remember if he's, happens to be a mid player at all? I'm curious to see what position he'll be in on this squad here, and how fresh he is. And of course we already have a bunch of some of the best, what was considered the best Han players in the game, so you can't really fault the guy for eventually jumping ship. So it is what it is.
From what I understand, I've never actually watched Han myself. From what I understand, he was one of the core roles, and he apparently really liked carry heroes, so maybe he's the position one.
All right, that's good. I mean, that's got to be not too different from what he's used to already. Just hit the creeps, get some farm, build up the items, just figure out what their Dota 2 names are, and we'll be good to go. But here we see now, we're going to anticipate probably a more push-heavy, intensive lineup here from Mr. Cookiss, if they're going to be following up on the back of this Lone Druid here. But it is a fresh patch, 6.86 after all. A lot of these teams might take the opportunity at a smaller tournament like this one to go a bit crazy and be like, this is our chance to make, as I said before, a name for yourself, not just performing and getting wins, but maybe having crafty strats. A certain team, Unknown, used to be popular just for throwing out taunts and dropping items. Got a lot of attention to him.
Buying Blink on Queen of Pain.
And eventually you get a couple of wins, and you have already a good fan base. Maybe that's something Cookiss are looking to do. And it's definitely feeling more push now. They grab a Razor as their third grab, and the response already from Team Spirit here is going to be a Vengeful Spirit. So, got to work with the name, I guess.
Yep. I'm wondering. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that was a core Vengeful Spirit. You've already got the Chen. You've got the Doom. He's pretty decent. Like, you can stack up a couple quick auras, start running at stuff. Venge, of course, position one, very aggressive. Go for that swap. Go for that stun. But I'm digging the like no, please, like go ahead and doom me strat from Cookies right now. Like Lone Druid. Hopefully your main hero doesn't get doomed. But if the bear gets doomed, it's like like I could summon another one.
Hmm.
As long as I'm out of the way. Razor gets doomed. Okay, I already popped air. It's fine. And then the bounty hunter. Now this is kind of an interesting thing we've seen lately against some of these more deathball strats is that you get the bounty hunter because if you get like one bad move from that deathball team, a couple tracks go out in the team fight, you wipe them and it's like GG. It's like now you just reverse, kind of go the other way down the rink and
Hmm.
that's game. So I'm digging it right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice if you have some way to kind of throw a wrench in the cog system before that ball even gets built up into be a scary machine. But more importantly, Chen is going to have a very difficult time. If Bounty Hunter's in the game, you're just like, God damn it. Now I have to worry about this Bounty Hunter kind of stalking my back, leeching my XP, last hitting my creeps, and really turns into a game of its own here. So I love the response already just to deal with the Bounty Hunter himself. They grab up the Spirit Breaker, so he can't just easily and freely show himself without risk that the Spirit Breaker once goes missing on the map. He could be charging him, and they could be making a setup play. So it's a good response, but I'm going to be curious to see if Chen's early game and jungle patterns are going to be miffed a lot from this Bounty Hunter grab.
Yeah, it's true. Of course, there's nothing worse being the Chen player up against the bounty. So we do see an SF ban. Man, that guy got dumpstered. I have not seen him in a pro game since the changes.
Yeah, definitely
I
at
don't
the
know if you
summit.
have.
His summit it came in later. Like at first, I was kind of like, yeah, I was acknowledging that as well. I'm like, okay, I guess people are starting to step away from Shadow Fiend a bit here. What may be the case? Maybe it's the Terran changes or to the map itself, and they're not comfortable with the way they have to go build up their stacks and farm them down, or maybe some of the supports that used to be great mid lane babysitters were nerfed a bit, but definitely didn't see him as much, but could still be a go-to for a lot of these teams just because he's a comfort pick and something they have a lot of experience with and will, guarantee them good CS and you know how to itemize and probably build up around it. So they're not going to give him the option and instead might look elsewhere here. And it's weird as well because they already have a Razor who could already match up pretty well against a Shadow Fiend. So that is an intriguing ban. I'm curious how they're going to round this up. I assume this is I don't know. Do you put Lone Druid into an off lane or safe lane core position? I'm not a
I
big
think
LD player.
most teams that do pick it are still going for the position one. It's really just Bulldog who, I mean, he gets thrown like solo safe lane a lot of the time
Yeah.
too, and they'll have a slide ire off lane for load or something like that kind of deal. But I would imagine it's going to be position one. Of course, they could go either way. That's the benefit of something like Lone Druid and Vengeful Spirit as well. You
Mm-hmm.
can mix up your draft a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm digging the Bat Rider ban. Pretty good up against Doom. It's always nice to knock somebody down who has one of these bigger ultimates, obviously being the name Doom. Yeah, I believe that his ultimate is actually quite a big part of the hero, so they'll try and knock him out. And similar idea. Well, you want to do the same thing in Death Prophet.
Wow. Okay. Take me back to TI4 here. You got but Death Prophet and Razor on the same team is already the first thing that I'm like, whoa. So that leads me to believe that we have a Bulldog Junior possibly here, an off lane Lone Druid, and then they pick Razor or Death Prophet to the safe lane. This is so push crazy right now. Razor, Death Prophet, Lone Druid. Cookiss are looking to just kick ass on towers, real bad. I hope Spirit are going to be ready for it. They round out their lineup with a Wind Ranger here. This is really intriguing. I'm curious to see how Cookies are going to be laning this one out, and then if they have a problem segueing into a mid game and having a strong pushing game, or this Bounty Hunter has a terrible start, this could be a real long game for them. So, wow. What do you think, MotPax? Based on the draft now from both teams, do you start to favor one side? Do you think one side's going to be a bit more fragile in the early game?
I would say, and a lot of it's going to hinge on always want to fly actually, because sometimes this four roll, well, he's going to be four roll Spirit Breaker in a game like this. He can kind of, if he falls behind, it feels like he doesn't really do that much. Like you can always charge in and stuff like that. But if you get the early Nether Strike, that's when you just start blowing up heroes and combining that up with Ramses here on the Vengeful Spirit. They're going to look to get everybody down. But I do like the Shackle up against the Lone Druid. It's always very handy to have one extra body for you. So I think Cookies are still up against the wall, right? It's Team Spirit.
Yeah.
It's the CIS rejects. They've been playing out of their minds. But if you're going to go for like I feel like they actually drafted a real strategy. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like it's just a balanced lineup. It is like we are pushing. We're gonna press
Yeah.
R on Death Prophet. We're gonna take Roshan and towers, and we're gonna take the game.
I feel like they know something that we don't for sure. Like they are like, this is something that we've been practicing and stomping pubs with. Like, I don't know. Maybe they have a scrim session that they've been working with here. Because you got to remember, Death Prophet is probably something a lot of teams are going to be avoiding at first because she's been changed. This Spirit Siphon, this life-sucking ability, reminds me of like Dota 1 Terrorblade in some sense. I don't even understand it fully. We could see it come into play right here and now as we're going to be seeing Spirit running up the high ground here, just going right in on this Death Prophet. She is going to be stepping back. One little telekinesis is going to slow them down from Mr. Pablo Gaming, but Chen's the one in trouble. It looks like Bounty Hunter was on his grill, and they are going to pay off here. Cookiss pick up the first blood. Pablo Gaming going to get the kill on the blue player, I suppose. Is that Goblak? I don't even know how to say that name. But
Yeah, it's Gallblack.
okay,
yeah.
I figured.
That's Ramses on the Venge.
Ramses on the Venge. Could make this a lot easier for me, MotPax, but I do appreciate you giving me the extra bit of info.
I know it's a tough task, changing those things.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. There's paperwork to fill out when you do stuff like that.
That's true. You actually have to. I believe you have to pay the postage to the Valve offices, from what I understand. So.
Forgive me, everyone. I'm going to make some adjustments on the. It's been a while since I've had to use the in-bedroom studio, if you know what I mean, there, MotPax. So I had to adjust some settings and levers from playing Dota to showing off Dota to the world, which included raising up the volume here, making sure you sound lovely. And I think we're going to be good to go. So people just apologize ahead of times for any sort of production hiccups here as I get everything squared away. Top lane, Ashe, Knight. This is an example of what might be happening here from the rest of the time to come. He is not going to be afraid to kind of leech out the easy damage, and Mr. Afterlife is going to be stuck just kind of handing it over, otherwise risk losing the laning phase pretty heavy-handedly. This is a Razor after all, and even though the Mighty Doom is a big badass here, Razor matches up very well in the one-on-one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good time for him. Of course, Scorched Earth. It's been nerfed what 3 times? I don't even know at this point, but still pretty dominant.
They're doing the life sucking thing. I heard this like crazy noise, and they're actually doing it here on Iceberg. They're gonna take him down with it.
Okay, that was weird.
I'm sure he did not know what the hell that was either. He's like, what's happening? It's pure damage as well. Oh, they're making a dive onto Kezu. Yep. The Han Master here goes down, unfortunately. His Lone Druid just going to be easily muscled apart. And, well, I guess it's a sacrifice for Goblak.
Yeah, you missed a couple toggles there on the aggro. Just a couple units difference between him and the Centaur, so... Oh, now I always want to fly.
Yeah, he's in trouble. The Bounty Hunter's here. He's going to be poking him a couple of times. Has that Orb of Venom, which will slow him down, and it does secure a little bit of revenge here for Kezu, who's going to get the right click in. All right. Still, though, Steph Style is going to be hanging around. Looks like they favor him in this bottom lane to assist this Lone Druid because the aggression just doesn't stop. Magic Missile out. It looks like they were going to go for a Centaur follow-up, but it's actually going to be a swing and a miss as they try to land it onto the Bounty Hunter instead. And all the meanwhile, Razor gets a takedown on the Doom, but will keep action here. This Bounty Hunter still on a chase for Zara. Looks like it's going to lead to nothing after all. So I was talking about the Razor matchup up top in one-on-one, and you see it there. Doom going to be going down. 5-1 already for Cookiss. What is going on?
I don't know. Nice rotations. They've been doing a pretty good job moving around the map there, so pretty impressed so far. Taking the this core Vengeful Spirit, whoever you are. Assuming you might be Ramses, assuming you're not. Who knows these days, I guess. Hearing apparently Ramses did DC during their last official, so we don't even know who it is.
That's true.
So there you go.
Well, we'll just stick with what we see in front of us, and already the jungle happening here. Look, yeah, good for you, Bounty Hunter. Good for you. Just sneaks in, snags off a quick and easy last hit. Looks like might go for the same, and no, he doesn't want to do it. Doesn't want to be too suspicious here, and also you won't have the Shadow Walk ready to go right away. Mid lane, more of the pure damage. Life sucking, I want to say, happening here, and they sweep it from behind. It's a 3-on-1. Again, it's up, man. That thing has a low cooldown, and they're going to get the kill on Wind Ranger. It looks like they do something we don't, and that is this Death Prophet's pretty good in lane. They are going to get a retort Always Want to Fly
Oh,
charges
these
in and
bashes.
gets the kill on Rubik. Can he get more
Radiant's
bashes?
bottom
No.
tower is under attack.
Steph Style is going to be able to step back and away, but the Crypt Swarm comes out. Oh, nice little Fairy Fire handoff. Might have still lived, but better to play it safe.
Dire's top
Looks like
tower
they will
is
be
under
getting a
attack.
trade here in the mid lane after all. But this Wind Ranger, man, having a difficult time with this Death Prophet.
Oh, there's a room battle up here. Iceberg will win it, but yeah, it's actually gross. Like, you can stack up these charges on the Spirit Siphon, and I was a lone druid versus the Death Prophet, and it's percent based, right? So anyone who gets really tanky, so like the Doom later on in the game, even the Spirit Breaker as well, you can expect her to just absolutely annihilate them. It is so good at max level. Like, you're just dying there, and then combined with her ultimate at the same time.
Yeah.
It's some really nice synergy, and I'm honestly expecting to see maybe a little bit of tweaks to this. It seems really good.
Yeah. All right. Obviously putting some love into it here, scaling it up to level 2. I'm curious to see. It seems like it'll scale wonderfully into the late game, being percentage based and pure damage. I'm very, very anxious to see what they have in mind with it, because it's clear that they have something. They step back mid lane, bottle
Man,
sharing.
Pierce is BKB.
This is that's just
Jeez,
that
what
seems
can't
crazy.
you
It's soon to be an ultimate, I'm sure. Iceberg's in a bit of trouble. Lifted up, thrown to the high ground, has to shuffle her way up and above, and not gonna make it. They just harass the hell out of her, and again it's a 3-on-1. A lot of hate to this mid lane from Cookiss, and already
Radiant's middle tower
it
is
looks like
under
Team
attack.
Spirit are getting a bit percolated about it. Chen is on standby with some creeps. Always Want to Flies now here, and they're gonna look to engage. Will they get the catch? Charge is gonna be out. Gims doomed up as well. They really hate this pesky Death Prophet, and they're gonna get her. They muscle in the whole army for it, but she will go down.
Well, if you're gonna die, at least there were 3 heroes to TP into your lane, so give a little bit of breathing room here to Iceberg. Yeah, he's kind of one of the hinging kind of players I feel all the time. Like,
Yeah.
if he has a good game, it's just like it's all good. It's kind of like no one from Vega, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
someone who really wants to dominate and take over, and Iceberg feels a lot like the same to me. And well, maybe they can get a power shot kill here. It's gonna be close. He's not that tanky.
They got the dust. Rotations are coming in. They can get it, but will they get out with their life? Oh, Crypt Swarm looks like a bit of a swing and a miss, but
God.
Iceberg looks to be going down here possibly. Wind run. That thing is up again. Oh, dishes out the Crypt Swarm, and he's going to get a deny here. It looks like Big Mama Bird. Going to be taking down Wind Ranger. My goodness, let me see this. I got to look at this skill every time it's used just because I'm like, wow, really? It doesn't say
It
a
just has so many
cooldown.
facets. Oh God, bottom. Yeah, it's got charges that.
It's
restore,
charges,
like, Spirit
okay.
Spirit.
Oh, man. We're all learning
your
together,
favorite?
folks. Bottom
Yeah, well-
lane, they are going to get the root onto Zara. A very forgiving RNGesus here from Mr. Kazoo, and he's going to be paid off with a kill. Cookiss always seem to manage to grab, like, even though we see Spirit looking to respond and try to get their lanes back in order, Cookiss always find a way to take something back and make it that much better. So I was saying at the start, right at the start of the game, that obviously this team is looking to go hefty in the push. Their weakness may be in the early part of the game, and if this Bounty Hunter is not able to succeed. But I got to tell you, their laning phase is looking good. This Bounty Hunter is almost got track gold, and once that is going to be a factor, this push lineup could get scary very, very fast. I have to feel that there's a bit of the weight on the shoulders of the Chen here for the Radiant side, and along with the Doom continuing to be a bit of a playmaker.
Yeah, and I'm actually loving how much space he has in this Radiant jungle. You can see with that new ramp, too. You can't just block it off with a single Observer and Sentry over here anymore. There's a lot of movement to help deal with this Chen, and he's kind of slingshotting himself off the Chen, right? Like, he's going to provide himself up just by leeching his EXP, getting a couple kills on him earlier on.
Yep.
Putting you into that the earliest track is obviously going to be the best here. And the whole meantime, while everything's been happening, Ash has just been up top here farming on the Razor. 47 CS. He's having a good time 8 minutes in.
He really is. Help with that matchup in the top lane against Doom. He even got that early kill. He's got phase boots underway right now. Now a Rubik by his side. Even this Rubik is quite a bit farming. 8 minutes in, you got arcane boots. You're pretty happy. So good for him.
Oh, yeah.
Bounty Hunter also. Arcane boots. These supports are just loaded right now. So we'll see. Always Want to Fly. What is happening here? He put himself in a bit of an awkward situation. Oh, Shuriken. Got to catch him on the ass right there. He will be going down. And another kill for Cookiss.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Just a couple more creep here. We'll have the track going. I don't know. This is looking pretty good considering how much hype Team Spirit's been getting lately. And, they've been playing against a couple of the weaker tier teams, but it's not like, Cookies aren't exactly TI7. So I'm liking that. I'm liking what they're showing. Maybe they will be TI7. What do I know?
Yeah, right. Could be the new CDEC for all we know. The EU one.
Oh, we're going to smoke top.
Yep.
Oh, you got this.
Zara sweeping in. Charge is already out. They have the wave follow-up. Shackle, a forgiving one. Will latch just for a bit. Hadouken ball, still not enough. Finally, Always Wanna Fly will show up and get the job done right there. Now look at Pablo Gaming. Telekinesis onto the chin, but he may lose his own life if not careful. Track is starting to come out. They pop the dust. It is going to catch on the bounty hunter. They change course. They're looking for him. Heading up north and into the trees. He steps back. Wow, 3-man bounce on the shuriken toss. But it's not going to matter. They eventually swarm him. He will be going down. A buyback from the Razor here. They're all coming in to get in this party in the top lane. The gatekeepers being the creeps, blocking them out and back, but everyone inside has no way out. And it's just going to be a swarm from Cookiss here, and this could be a lot of freaking track gold. Look at this. Oh, no. Zara to be going down. One by one they fall. That buyback turns into a double kill for Ash. This is ridiculous. It was a Royal Rumble right above that tier 1.
A beast in the labyrinth up there or something for Ash. Just comes in destroying everyone.
Oh, man. That was a great heads-up play. They had to make a very deep commitment for that one. And I understand that you're feeling like you're a bit behind in the laning stage, but my goodness. At that point, it's like they need this to win the whole game. Maybe it's something that valuable, but they're going to have to find another way to get back on the comeback path here. And it looks like it may be in the form of this smoke pickup here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's even Rubik's side. That's Cookiss looking to keep up the aggression right now. Maybe understanding that they're going to be that much more ready for a push to happen. Now that Death Prophet's level 8, Exorcism's out in full force. These tier 1s are not going to be lasting very long. And we got to start considering what plan B may be here for the Radiant side.
Yeah, every time you have a Chen, it's kind of like you don't really have... It almost feels like you don't have a plan B. It's just like, all right, we got to go kill some towers, guys. This is kind of what I'm good at. But he's been changed a little bit in the past couple of years, you know what I mean? Like, he's not all completely one-dimensional. You get that Ags for the nice little heal, maybe survive the mid-game. Oh, God, Always Won't Fly. He's very dead.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done there. They're just rolling this, man.
Yeah, that didn't even take much orchestration. It was just a simple track setup. They made the dive. They made the kill. They saw what they wanted. They took it. And... well, here's going to be a smoke play now from Spirit. Is this for Roche? Or a swing towards mid lane? It looks like it's going to be the former here. They're looking to go behind the back Roche play because they know also if at some point Cookiss are able to breach, take tier 1s down, take a decent fight, they'll take the Roche. And at that point, it may be no way back into this game for Radiant. So Cookiss might be letting this one through here. We haven't touched base with this Lone Druid very much, but he does have the Midas startup already prepped for the late game, and his bear. Hey, how's it going, everyone? You doing, Roche? They know this is happening now. They better get it done quick, and it looks like they will.
Oh,
but Exorcism's coming out here, and he's just going to roll on forward. Now, does not have the silence leveled up yet. Would have been a big one catch at that. Pablo aiming, committing in on this one. Gets doomed up, gets killed right away. Now they're looking for Iceberg. Gets the wind run off, retreats on out. They change back for Afterlife. Afterlife looking to retreat back and away. 2 of them split from that while the others go for Always Wanna Fly. This Scorched Earth, though, keeping him alive and well. Tracked up. They want to kill the Drains there, and they finally get it with the help of the Exorcism. Out on the other side, they were able to take down Always Wanna Fly, and it looks like the rest of Spirit Gaming are going to be able to retreat. Yes, they got the Roche, and they picked up the Aegis. It's still on Iceberg, but they did have to lose 2 lives for it.
Yeah, just again, man, this Death Prophet seems terrifying. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be up against this, especially somewhere like the Roche Pit. Hit some pretty good crypt swarms, 3 to 4 heroes each time. Then the bear just comes in to roll it all up. I wonder if he'll be going. Has he stacked? Oh, he's stacking a lot of gold. This might be the Radiance build.
Yeah, feeling pretty
cookie cutter.
Pretty cookie cutter, and it could be just that late game insurance policy for their team since everything else is going so well. And well, with a Midas and with track gold on your team, I guess you can't really blame them for being that extra bit greedy. I mean, it's obvious that they're not looking to really put the pedal to the metal. If they were, there probably would have been a lot more value in getting an early mech on Ash, but he stepped off and got the drums along the way. Has the buckler now towards the mech. So, and maybe they just know that Death Prophet needs more time with this new kind of build-up. She is finally able. Now they almost tried to get a shackle there, but of course the catapult. The catapult, of course. Gonna be right behind that creep. Finally getting her first point into silence. She really needs a lot of levels now, so I guess just Cookiss recognize that they're going to be able to dictate this game, and they can take it a bit slower.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I actually think they're going to
Dire's
nail their
top
timing
tower
here
is
because
under
I think the changes, just because of the mana and stuff, you can definitely still do the mech on Razor, but I think the ideal situation is your bounty hunter is going to get farmed enough to grab it, go into the Greaves, and then they can kind of time that up with the Radiance. So they'll have to hold a little bit longer, and of course, a very aggressive push coming in here. I don't even know if they're going to commit to this. They do have the charge on Pablo, but it's going to be pretty deep here.
Yeah, it is, but we
He's
got
going.
golems
He's
getting
going.
involved right now. Yeah, look at them go. Get them. Get them. They're beating the hell out of this Rubik. Finally, they will force him backing away here, but look at this Cookiss sweeping in. They get the dust off. They're looking to go for the bounty hunter play. They are going to get him down, but Cookiss, they're moving in. They want a response. There is going to be a nice swap back save. Now they're looking to re-engage here. This might be Spirit's chance. They move on to the Razor. They're going to get him down. This was a bounty hunter buyback as well. Exorcism is out. Iceberg committing in deep. He does still have that Aegis here, but he might need to use it. Pop of the wand, running away. Meanwhile, they're making a move. They're going to get Godblack down. Chen is going to be dropped right now. Zara looks to sweep in, is going to be able to get the kill. Taking down that Death Prophet and her killing spree. They look back for Kazoo. He's running up, repositioning. This looks like Spirit's fight. They're going to continue on forward here. This is going to be their chance to get back into this game, and they got it. We're doing its bit of time right now, but not quite enough. Yeah, that was close.
All right, well, that's pretty huge. I mean, green definitely punished when all you have is 2 pairs of brown boots between your 2 bears, well, and a Midas. So
yeah.
Not quite tanky enough to make his way out of that one, and that's going to help propel quite a few of these items here. The Aghanim Scepter now only 1,000 gold away on Iceberg, and all this kill, we'll see if they can get it with the Wind Run.
Yep. Oh, they poke at her a bit. Oh, almost. Creep Equilibrium, not worried, really in the most favored spot, but cute little play nonetheless. Not going to get him a kill, and I don't know if you're Cookiss right now. You got hit. You got hit there once, and you're hoping you're going to be shaking this one off and continuing with the momentum you built before. And if you're Team Spirit fan, you're happy. That is morale. They certainly needed a big fight for them after what has been a very, very tough early game. A Roche engagement that could be questionable, and maybe a solid start for them to kind of run this one back. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it here. Look at the way they're itemizing, though. They are definitely building up utility. Afterlife gets the early Vlads along with his own drums. So both teams kind of have the same overall game plan here as far as even itemization. But as they charge in, Steph Style was stalking him a bit, so he's just giving so much intel to this team. The normal bounty hunter factor.
Yeah, and that's just going to help provide a little bit more space here just so they can feel safe farming. Like Khezu relatively far out in the bottom lane, but they have a general idea as to where they are. Thanks to Steph Style here. Going to be careful with this next... Oh, it's going to be close. Okay, yeah, he'll get it off. He'll be okay for now. And they are grouping up. Looks like the push is coming towards the top lane. All they need now is just Godblack to roll over there with the creeps. And the freight train begins again. No Aegis this time, though.
The Aegis will also expire. Early tracks come out in exchange of power shots here, but Spirit have made it very obvious that they have an objective in mind, and that is taking down this Tier 1 tower in the top lane. So they're going to go to work on it. Being stalked out from the back, mid lane, Steph Style.
Khezu got the bottom. So
yeah, so 2 towers already for Cookiss. The 1 trade for Spirit, and they're still going here. Steelback is charged from Pablo. And it looks like Spirit are going for a second tower themselves. They have a DD here on Iceberg, so they figure why not with the focus fire. With the auras here, they got the extra bit of damage. And they'll grab a second tower themselves, it looks like.
You can't contest that.
Yep.
Once the DD comes out, it's just like, that is a dead tower now. Aghanim's on the courier on its way. There is the Radiance Gold here for Khezu. Looks like he just has the Relic coming on the courier. Yeah, so...
bottom tower is
I guess there'll probably be a lot hinging on this next Roshan.
Yeah. They need more time, and acquiring something like that Roche and that Aegis could secure them the extra bit of time necessary. Because it's apparent that Team Spirit really want to peak here soon, and it could catch before Cookiss are going to be ready to go. They did go down this road of prolonging things quite a bit. Razor's going to have his mech now, but it's almost like, is this feeling a bit late? I don't know. We'll have to see. It definitely will help keep him alive and well, because we already see Team Spirit with their own bit of sustain. You have a Chen on the team. This Chen already has his mech, and he has Hand of God. So if they're ready for not just round 2 but round 3 in these team fights, you better be ready to make it out of the first round without losing your whole team. So Cookiss make the right move, finally going for this mech. I just hope it's not too late for their whole team. They're just on the other side,
well,
very, very greedy.
They have a slight advantage right now because when those 2 towers fell, it felt like that was when Team Spirit had just kind of hit a peak because they just got the Agnum Scepter. They're a long ways away from likely the next item on Afterlife being the Shivas, and yeah, he just got the plate mail, so it will be the Shivas guard. That's a ways away. So in terms of like their power level, it's going to be kind of stayed for a while, and now it's their chance. They need to catch up, right? They need to get the Radiance. They need to get some other big items up so that they can kind of reach this level. The biggest thing they just got was actually an Aether Lens on the Death Prophet.
I saw that too. Maybe just for that life leech thing. It looked like it has a very short range. I mean, that will help it, but that is going to be very fun to see. And they are smoked up.
Tank here too, plus the Yules, I guess. So.
Yeah, it helps a lot. We'll see if it comes into play here.
Oh,
they have a
nice
huge play
here
from behind. This smoke setup could turn wonderful. Iceberg trying to TP away is going to make it out, but that means the team that is left behind is going to be underarmed right now, and they easily take down one. Afterlife's going to be the second grab. Godlike Desperate does get a TP out. His army, though, oh, that poor creep was minused up. Sucked up dry, turned into little gold pence, and now they're going to get maybe the wolf. So sad. But, hey, I got to say, that could have been a lot worse for Radiant, if not careful. But they got a couple out just in the nick of time.
Yeah, also very fortunate for them that it's going to be a rather long Roshan spawn, so it's another 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Can't really capitalize off of this one, honestly. Just a little bit of farm, steal their jungle, but doesn't look like they'll be able to achieve any objectives after that.
That's a downside. And without Roche, without an Aegis, they just got to go back to casual farm here, which looks like at the current moment Spirit are happy to match up with on par. But we're starting to get bigger items put into play here. We already mentioned the Radiance here on Kazu, so his farm is only going to get that much faster top lane.
Oh, always want to fly.
They're going on to always want to fly. This is track gold as well. Maybe just a bit too far from home there. Maybe a bit too confident in having a charge to escape. It's just going to allow Cookiss to get all that extra money.
Ooh, I like this. Stepstyle's actually going to be going for the Lotus Orb here. It's a little bit interesting. So then, yeah, it will be the Mech Razor. Okay. All right.
I mean, for yourself, you do need the extra armor going against a Venge after all. But maybe hoping to Echo Shell off a Doom? I don't know. And it's easy to Echo Shell off.
Oh, Iceberg's in here deep.
Yes. Invised. Sees Ash. This is a good little Shackle lineup. Does he have
It's
enough?
like doing some math right now.
Yeah, no, he's like, my math says that I need assistance. Charges out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Was not anticipating that +1. And as they step off, always want to fly, who is charging in, crosses paths with Death Prophet, who gets a Yule's off, putting that Aether Lens and that charge sucking a building, which I can't name right now, unfortunately, is going to be not enough to take him down. She will turn back and away once she sees the focus fire from Iceberg and steps back out. Yeah, we get that right. Spirit Siphon. It's going to take a bit.
I like just sucking ability, actually.
The sucking ability from Death Prophet going to work right now.
So let's just... Reddit can change 2 names, can't they?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Someone make a thread already. Icefrog clearly listening, so... Alright, well, it looks like it'll be the BKB for Iceberg. It's pretty massive for these team fights. Even though, you know, you got the root and stuff like that, but it's always nice not to be bursted down by Cryptswarm and stuff and just sit there and do your machine gun thing. And it looks like it's going to be the Agnum Scepter right here for Gallblack, too. So we get to see some exciting ancient creep shenanigans.
I hope he wasn't hoping to get a BKB to prevent that Soul Siphon ability because, well, pure damage after all goes right through it. So I'm also excited to see the interaction there. Right now we're seeing Stepstyle. Oh, this is annoying as a support. You're just trying to do your thing, and he shows up, gets that extra bit of intel. The charge is going to be out. It will be quickly canceled as he has help nearby. And Cookiss trying to rule over the neighborhood of the mighty Roshan here. And it looks like Chen's already prepared a little gatekeeper here. He's like, you come in, we're going to know about it. Don't even think about it. But they want it. They want it real bad. Ash is like, get this guy out of here. We need this Aegis. We need to stall out this game. We need to get that bit more farm. And what do you think, MotPax? If shit hits the fan and it's a team fight by the Roche Pit, who walks away the winner? Or which team is more reliant on having a better start?
Now, is there The AC. Okay, it's gonna be the AC for Afterlife. I'm not really sure. It depends a lot on the Doom, I guess. Like, if you get off before the Exorcism, that changes it, right? It's like a massive multiplier. That's how the Doom goes, but I don't know. And as well as the Shackle, right? 2-man Shackle, kind of a one-team fight. Ease of execution. I think I got to give it over to Cookiss, but it looks like we're gonna find out soon enough.
They smoke the back lines. A quick turn back here. They just know they're coming, and they just trigger everything and run right back in. Always want to fly, going right for the Death Prophet here. But he is in the fray. Now they're going to get the Yules off. Exorcism, they take down the Spirit Breaker. Nice swap back. And you're going to get taken to the Death Prophet. This is Spirit's chance to sweep on in. They got all that sustained. Steph style looking to take down the Chen. Will get that. It's turning into a bloodbath now as Kazoo just going into right-click mode, trying to run, not going to make it away. Zara gets the kill, but she may pay with her own life. Another track setup, a double kill for your bounty hunter. And look at this. Afterlife
but he's gonna
tracked up. Yeah, it looks like he'll make it away. Steps out, not going to get close enough for the Shuriken toss and cancel it. It's 4 down from the side of Spirit. Cookiss lose 3. It cost him a buyback from Death Prophet to get that fight. What do you think, though, MotPax? Was it worth it? It doesn't look like they're able to step back yet and do the Roche.
Yeah, I guess the Exorcism, you can't really do it, so unfortunately not quite back in there in time for the Roshan. But hey, look at that gold head over to your Rubik and your Bounty Hunter, so you got to be a little happy about that, actually, because gold goes pretty far on Rubik, and he's already got the Force Staff, and now he can propel himself up towards the Blink, or as well, the Agnum Scepter would be rather excellent this game. Kind of depends, I think, per Rubik player, how they really feel about it, but he's got enough mana pool right now that if he wants to go for it, I think there would be a lot of value. But I think we're just going to get a repeat of that, honestly. Everyone's going to be back up, spells are going to be back up, and both teams are still going to be putting a ton of emphasis on this. You can already see Goblak pinging out the pit.
And this Razor also has been farming quite a bit. Can't sleep on him. Nearly 3K here. They know they have a job that they need to finish, so they all head right back to the Roche pit. But so is Spirit, and they already start setting in the creeps, scouting out.
I feel like Spirit has this pressure on them where they feel like they got to do it before the Exorcism's back off cooldown.
That's true.
Which I can totally understand, because we've seen how much damage it can output. But right now, there's only like 20 more seconds, just because everyone was dead. I don't think they're going to be able to beat that. So they're going to smoke up, try and predict the positioning, of which they are quite correct here. But they're gone.
So close, but yeah, Cookiss. They have this one ward way back in behind here, and it looks like it's given them the idea that Spirit are not still in that area and might be smoked in a way, so they reposition themselves. But what they don't know is Spirit moved in and just finished the job, and they got it done, and Cookiss are like, how dare you? We got to get this back. They're looking to go in. Ash grabs up Iceberg. Iceberg retreats back and away while the rest of them focus on the Afterlife. The Doom. Oh, gets off, and the Lotus Orb reflects back. Not that Doom, but they do move in. It looks like they're going to get the follow-up. Var's going to be going down on your Vengeful Spirit. Iceberg, one of the lone survivors here on the right-hand side, is able to make it away on her own with Always Want to Fly out on the other. They may have gotten the Roche, but they lose a lot for it here. Another time where Iceberg is just going to be nursing this one, taking it to the bottom lane to cut the crease, but Cookiss might be the big winners here at the end of the day.
Yeah, they sacrificed a lot for that Roshan, and I don't know, if you don't use the Aegis in the fight, obviously, it's not going to be able to benefit too much. So Iceberg, he definitely got out alive, but maybe he's thinking, like, what if I had tanked up some of that damage for my team? But no, he'll try and cut this push off. He's got a TP scroll, but he's got to be careful. Like, if Sefcel just wants to wait, he's going to maybe stalk him. Yeah, and try and cancel any TP. And looks like
bait him into a shackle shot right now. Just hit him up. Stand by a tree. Here he goes. Bing, boom, bong. Gets the track off. He's waiting. Oh, the silence is going to be there. And that is going to be one now. Can he predict who's going to shackle shot and Lotus it back? Doesn't look like he tried to. They went right for a TP, and he's going to make it out. Oh, that was a great heads-up play. Quick TP, and they did not have the burst.
Yeah, that was close. That was a little bit scary there, but makes it out alive. But now the Roshan gone, the Aegis now knocked down, so we're back relatively even footing in terms of the net worth chart. It's definitely favoring Cookiss, but I don't feel like they're that far behind. They do, of course, have the Chen, so maybe you're just thinking like, uh-oh, like we gotta do something here. We got our core Vengeful Spirit. Okay. Oh, she's going for the Agnum Scepter. Have you seen this thing in action yet?
A little bit.
It is so good.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, Owie picked it up, but it was right at the end of the game, so we didn't even see him die. Then the next time we saw it, we were like, this is pretty damn OP right now. I mean, it looked like for some of those times when you have a huge hectic team fight and your core Venge like barely just dies, but you end up coming out on top of the fight, her illusion stays alive. You push with the rest of your team. You still get everything from your items, and you get all your skills and abilities, and it seems to be pretty damn good because that illusion can still go to work, especially later into the game.
Yeah,
it scales very nicely.
I like it when you have a relatively scary forward roll, so kind of like always want to fly. Like he still outputs quite a bit in the fights. He's relatively tanky, so if you lose your position 1 Venge in this situation here, she's still gonna be throwing out so many stuns, so many swaps, tons of control because you're lowering down the cooldown of swap to 10 seconds as well to pair up with the magic missile, and it's just like non-stop. But Iceberg is also doing thanks to that steal from Pablo.
Doom, Zara Zara gonna be swapping back. They put him back to base. That's gonna keep Iceberg alive, and they are going to keep everyone alive. Mech and Hand of God. Cookiss put their attention on the tower. That tier 2 is going to be going down, and they want to move to the high ground here. A couple of nets coming out. The Mighty Goblak says, please, you shall not pass. Do not come into high ground. And Cookiss will have to turn and run here. They do take a little bit of damage up at the top lane here, which they already addressed here from Kazoo. And, well, I'd say tier 2 is fine, but it's very apparent that Cookiss want to start taking a lot more here. I wonder if they need to actually start fearing the late game potential from Spirit. You initially look at their lineup and you're like, nah, not too crazy. Core Vengeful Spirit and a Wind Ranger, but these ladies may start hitting deceptively hard as this game goes on.
Yeah, Wind Ranger's always relatively scary. As you start getting to those later phases, Shackle never, ever falls off. It's just like, it can be an hour and a half in and you throw 1 Shackle on the 2 people and that can just be the game sometimes. So always got to be quite wary of that, especially when you got the Lone Druid on your side getting in the way. But I really liked the discipline of Cookiss right there. Like, they just backed. They got the tower, and even though they had that nice little favorable Doom, they were still willing to just leave. And that way you're preventing any major collateral damage on your side. So we just wait for the Roshan, bide their time, get some other big items up here.
Yeah, if this was WCA, they'd be DQ'd for sure. No passive play.
Oh,
this would ever be tolerated there. But it's obvious that Cookiss need to continue to play that economy game a bit here. We got a fresh BKB on Ash done with a full 10 seconds ready to go, plus near another 2K after that. So, you know, you don't really have to build crazy into the damage department with your Razor after all. You go down the road of hefty tonk, if you will, but I was going to say maybe he needs to consider starting to pick up something like an AC. I already see a plate mail on the Mighty Death Prophet here, but I assume it's for Shivas. It is. They got the recipe in the stash here. So if he picks up something like an AC maybe, they have the extra sieging capability. I mean, there's not one on the bear, is there?
Yeah,
oh, there is. There's one on the bear. Oh, my goodness. This is bear. Oh, okay.
Like right now.
All right, then. Well, he's got that base covered. This just opens up more opportunities, I suppose, for the Razor. I mean, do you go all in push and get like an Ags or something? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ags refresher. We'll still have a throwback there. But
he's gonna go for the Yasha, it seems. He'll hold out for now, not committing to anything, I guess. But I like these double Lotus Orbs, man. This Doom, he's got to be careful. Gotta watch what he's doing.
Yeah, Lotus Orbs could be
pretty long cast animation.
Just as game-changing as the Shackle Shot you were talking about before, man. And it's one of those newer elements into the game for some of these old-school Dota players. And there's a couple of them on Spirit's team. You know, it's just Lotus Orb is one of those things that you just got to start adapting to and getting used to. You can't just carelessly jump in and think you're going to be able to doom a target. And next thing you know, you got your own team shackled, your own team, a swap rendered completely useless, just doing nothing at all for any sort of setup. And we'll have to see if those Lotus Orbs are going to be a big factor in these team fights. But I admire Cookiss a lot already. I can tell you, they win me over as an early fan. Their MotPax, innovative builds, new heroes, and itemizing for the new age of Dota, I suppose. But here we go. It's going to be an engagement coming out from Always Wanna Fly from Spirit. Never mind, it's going to be canceled. And that will be that. He gets smacked with a track, and they will have to step back.
This Frenzy ability from the Thunderhide looks pretty scary, actually, with their team. Like, throwing that up even on your Vengeful Spirit, maybe onto some bashes there, and buff up your allies. You're going to have the Granite Aura now coming out, too. So these Ancient Creeps, man, they're ready to roll. Of course, you also do get the increase on your whatchamacallit, the Hand of God. So
Radiant's
I don't know. You
top
gotta
tower
be careful
is
here.
falling.
Cookiss, they kind of have this team where you're slowly kind of draining them down, right, with the exorcism and then
Dire's
the
middle tower
spirit
is
siphon.
under
So it can
attack.
be pretty good for Goblack to kind of like wait. You know what I mean? Like to that last second. Now he's got to play it pretty close to the chest there, but they don't really have a lot of burst. Like we saw that with Iceberg too. So he's gonna get tracked up for now.
But it doesn't show Spirit Breaker next to him. They just confidently strut in, trying to get a hold of Iceberg here, and it looks like they may be able to do so. Ash is going to be caught with that shackle shot. Yules stepping back here.
No
A refresh
TP
on the
for
track.
7.
Hand of God even coming out, but that is not nearly going to be enough. They just swarm and they take her down.
Dead.
And you can see
All right,
that
well.
Radiant are going to start split pushing now. They don't want to make sure that they can easily follow up with any objectives. Always want to fly. Aether Lens.
God.
Siphon.
Great.
All right, another one. What is this? Crypt Swarm. Yules. And dead. Okay, that's the new Death Prophet. That's fun.
All right. I feel like he could have done like an intro video during that or something. Hi, this is KotLGuy, and welcome to 6.86 Death Prophet.
This is Spirit Siphon, everyone. It doesn't look that impressive, but it deceptively does some serious work.
Radiant's middle
And
tower is under
here's the
attack.
Exorcism.
Radiant structures
They are definitely looking to take the most of this high ground push, and once this goes down, these structures are going to fall, man. I mean, there's a bear going to work on this with the AC, with the Midas. That Rax is done.
Dire's
Cookiss.
top tower is under attack.
That's it. Mid lane down. They're
Radiant's
trying to get
middle
something top
barracks
lane.
has
Doom. You can't siege that fast, buddy. I'm sorry. He's going to get a couple of swats on the tier 3, but when he goes back home, he's going to see that the pharmacy and the grocery store are all just put in the rubble.
I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't commit more to that. I guess they're just not too afraid of losing that first. They're going to smoke up, scared that the Roshan will be available. You can see a giant pink line drawn up on the map. That's actually from the Dire, so they're thinking this is happening. I wonder if they're going to try and make a stand, just back off. Well, there will be no prize at the end of this little yellow brick road here for the Radiant side.
Yeah. I mean, they're accurate to say that there
Now
was
look
a
at them like, what are we do now?
yeah, there was a possibility for the Roche, and you know every team would have checked Roche on the way back, and if it was up, Cookiss very well would have been in there doing it. But yeah, now it leaves kind of an awkward situation here for Spirit when they don't have that opportunity. They have to kind of step back and go into more casual farm, and you don't want to have to do that because now if we get back into a normal farming game, it's obvious that Cookiss are just winning that one. With Rax going down and how much more they reward your team, this is going to be very, very tough. Ash, after completing that SMY, we were like starting to question what he was going to be going for. He already has 2K gold on top of that SMY. Bounty Hunter has 2.3K. Rubik has what looks like the start to an Agnums with already 1,300 gold built up.
Oh! They're scaring the Roshan up the courier, and they keep almost losing it. And Goblack's just trying to snipe this thing. And he's like walking, the next Goblack's like taunting him. And they'll put it right back in. Man, they are just no fear whatsoever with that courier, but... Alright, Kezu, what do you got here? He's going for that MKB. Up against Iceberg. That's terrifying for
Radiant's
Iceberg,
courier
actually.
has been
Oh,
killed.
the Radiant are the ones who lose it.
Oh, Radiant Courier down. Yeah, back at mid lane.
Oh,
Easily
died to
sniped
the
out.
creep wave.
This has definitely got to be like the all-in play. I mean, they need to get this Roche. They need to win this fight, or their game is quickly over. Oh my goodness, they take Roche down fast.
Roshan
Very, very fast. Cookiss are like, what the hell? They're looking to sweep in and catch him on the way out. Lotus Orbs are already going to be out right now. Shiva's Ash just confidently charges on in, forces out the early hand of God. Chaos just breaks out here, and unfortunately looks like Spirit may be on the back end of it. Cookie swarming in with the Exorcism, with the Eye of the Storm. They have so much team fight. The Bear going to work right now. Afterlife caught in the midst of it. Creeps going against the Bear right here on one side. Always Want to Fly is going to be going down. Iceberg next to fall, it looks like. This is Treckle also coming in. Aegis Life to respond right now. Buybacks coming out. They know this is the final hurrah for Team Spirit. They lose this one. This game is just over. And it looks like it may be. Cookiss is going to be taking down Afterlife. More siphoning,
It looked
but
like Ash had the Aegis during that fight. He
It was
just alive.
ridiculous.
He got doomed, and he just stood in there the entire time. Unreal.
it's just
Okay,
crazy to
it's-
say with such a hectic fight if it was a lack of focus by one team or the other. But I mean, without question, it feels like
I mean,
Cookiss
they were
just They have so many more
There's
tools.
just colors flying everywhere, man. You can't tell what's going on. Who knows? Are they
Really
just gonna
is.
try and end it? No, they're trying to secure. They're gonna go for some racks here.
I mean, Wind Ranger out 45 seconds. This may just be game. Cookiss hit the tower hard. They don't have the bear yet. Oh, the bear's here now, though. And okay. Okay. That rack's gone.
My God.
Oh, boy.
Radiant's bottom
Boom.
barracks
What a
Bang.
hero.
Yep, it's over.
Radiant's
Zara looked like he was trying to set up a swap right there, but not going to get the
Radiant's middle
opportunity.
tower is under attack.
Now they look to go in. Oh! Oh, Zara's self-magic missile from the Lotus Orb play. That's cute. Cookiss going for the jugular now. It looks like it could be game one of this best of three going their way.
Dire's bottom tower is
Remember,
under
this
attack.
BTS Europe Cup is a signal elimination bracket. And we could quickly see one of the favorites of this tournament, one of the up-and-coming promising squads going down in the early rounds to a team like Cookiss. This is going to be interesting here. Last-ditch effort, it looks like, though, from Spirit. They move in, they get the swap back. Mizzou looking to make it away here. Man, his bear is fast. He is trucking. And it looks like he'll be able to make it out. Oh, this has got to be heartbreaking now for Spirit.
Man, well played to Cookiss.
Mm-hmm.
Great lineup. They kind of, I don't know if they were aiming for a little bit earlier, but the second they won a decent fight, it wasn't even a fight. They just picked off Iceberg and Always Want to Fly, and suddenly there was no mid lane, and then that Roshan fight was kind of a slight disaster, one might say. And that just feels like it's it. I mean, it's Mega Creeps. It's really not much
Yeah,
else
this
to say
is
at that
what
point.
looks like an
Just
all-in
one
mid
last
play.
effort.
Yeah, I mean, they have
Yeah.
a lot congregated here. It's already Megas. Just go down mid lane, throw your bodies at the wall, and if something sticks, that's great. And if you follow the curb, then so be it. Starting to prep for game two then. So as it stands right now, we'll see what they can do with it. What do they have ready to go? They have the Doom. They have the swap play, the second Life of Vengeful
Dire's
Spirit.
middle tower is under
Respectable
attack.
damage from this Wind Ranger
Dire's
here, but
structures are fortified.
oh my goodness, look at that. Sheep stick, though, on this Bounty Hunter
E-Blade,
already
Lone
good to go.
Druid.
E-Blade, Lone Druid. Okay, swap back. Ash, Eye of the Storm, BKB. There's the Lotus Orb. Hand of God now coming out from Team Spirit. Man mode for Ash here. Still not able to get him down. Was that a stolen Hand of God? It certainly was. Just to add insult to injury here, the game is over, and Cookiss are going to be game one winners against Team Spirit.
Wow.
Radiant's middle tower has
That's got to
been
feel good, man. These guys, they're tweeting it literally before the game, like first time against a legit good team. So you got to be feeling pretty good. Team Spirit hyped up by everybody, 40-19. Oh, I'm so hyped for game two right now.
You know what? And it's nice. We get to see what I think is the first Death Prophet game. I mean, I have not seen her before today. Certainly have not seen a lot of that Siphon ability. And I don't know. I haven't seen a lot, but I got to say, man, she was putting in work in the mid lane. It could just be Iceberg's inexperience against going against the Death Prophet, but you could tell that Team Spirit were really trying their best to respond. They put a lot of attention back towards that mid lane, but the laning stage just went so well for Cookiss, and their Bounty Hunter was able to get off significant track gold. They were able to dictate the Roche nicely, and their push strat just worked out. And we saw once they were able to get in the base, oh my god, nothing could stand in their way.
Buildings were obliterated, but yeah, you're right. It is the first recorded Death Prophet, but we've had a bunch of unticketed MDL, so who knows? We'll just say it is. So way to go.
Fair enough. All right, with that said, we'll go ahead and quickly wrap up game number one. This is KotLGuy, and MotPax is joining me remotely. We'll take a small break, and when we return, it's going to be game two of the Spirit Squad going against Cookiss. We'll see you soon.